Yes, sir, you are. Yes, sir,
Perfect.
you are.
Hi, so good afternoon, everybody. I am Rajesh Kumar Singh, the Director and CEO of International College of Financial Planning. So, International College of Financial Planning is one of India's best known colleges for financial planning education. We are India's first and the largest CFP education provider. Rather, I'm glad to say that CFP program was brought to India by us way back in 2002. So that's a privilege to be here, and I am extremely happy to welcome all of you. And I understand it's a lazy Saturday early evening, so you guys would have a bit of difficulty, leaving that laziness and coming and joining us to hear Mr. Saurav Jan today from us. Uh, Kanaya, I am getting a message that I am not audible.
You are audible, Rajesh.
Perfect, perfect. So, guys, before I introduce the speaker of the day, let me first tell you the format of the talk that we are going to have. Uh, so the whole talk today is split into two parts. The first part is where Saurav comes in. Saurav talks about the key topic that we have: credibility, how to build credibility in the financial market. We know that financial industry is highly competitive, and it's an industry where credibility matters the most as compared to many other industries. So we have a person who himself has built credibility, who is the face of credibility. I mean, looking at his background, you can define that clearly. So Saurav will be talking about the topic of the day, followed by once Saurav's talk is over, then followed by we have a quick 15 minutes CFP program brief. That's essentially because CFP program has gone for some curriculum changes and the format changes. So we're gonna talk about that. We will introduce you to the CFP program as well, and we will talk about the entire framework. So that's the format of the talk. During this whole conversation, during this whole talk, we have deliberately kept you guys on mute for two reasons. For two reasons. One, so that whatever the speaker speaks, you are able to hear it out loud and clear. But it doesn't mean that you can't ask your questions. You can ask your questions. You can raise hands using the Zoom panel, or you can write your questions in the chat and we will take it up. So that's about it. Now, let me introduce my friend Saurav Jain here today. I'm extremely honored to have Saurav here. Saurav and me have one more connection, that we both happen to be ex-ICICI Bank guys. Though I come from the retail side and he comes from treasury side. So Saurav is somebody who has been in the financial industry for a very long time. And as I said, an ex-ICICI banker, and that too managing the treasury, managing the funds for the ICICI Bank. So that way Saurabh brings in a lot of experience from the financial services side, financial industry side. Academically, he is a CFP and a CFA as well, and an MBA finance guy. So academically, professionally, experience-wise, in all terms, he is a highly decorated man. And Saurabh also happens to be an author. So Saurabh will talk about his book, Your Financial Cinematics, and a lot of other stuff today as well while he talks. So Saurabh, happy to welcome you, and extremely honored, my friend, to have you here today. Over to you, Saurabh.
Thank you. Thanks, Rajesh, for inviting me. And we have been connected through LinkedIn, but suddenly, we never interacted. So again, it's a great platform to interact with you, and also to connect with, I think, 130 odd audience who have actually, joined in, as you said, Saturday afternoon. Just, after lunch, you are being pushed, to a session like this. So great again, entire to the entire the team and the entire, on behalf of the entire college. So I really thank you all for having me out here. So again, the topic which Rajesh has actually shared is something like how you build credibility. So it's something I would say there is no formula to it. How you build creativity, it completely, it's completely one to one how you do that. But yes, I'll share my story, I'll share my journey. I think that will probably give some or the other insights from where you can, I think you can pick a leaf out of the out of the discussion, and you can just take it, implement it in whatever plans you have. So I just thought today I'll skip PPT. I'll keep more of an interaction side, because PPT usually becomes a one-side conversation, and when it ends, we say thank you, and we just go off. So most of you are financial advisors, most of you are MFD, some of you are students, and you are willing to come and do your CFP and get into the field. So we'll have a discussion, but before that, I just want a quick response from your side. The key takeaways, probably you want from me, probably from this session. We know the topic, it is typically establishing credibility. So what are the key takeaways which you want? So what are the things which you are expecting? Because I try to deliver around that arena, so that all your questions, your doubts, by the time it's get answered, and I'll try to incorporate and relate and connect you through through my story. Financial markets, okay. Yes, what about others? There are, I think, 144. So all of us have taken a time out. Yes, investments post-COVID, okay. Financial consultancy, okay. Okay, NISM versus CFP, about CFP, okay. Consistency, shares tracking, okay. Engineering to finance, okay. Client management, okay. Okay, job opportunities, perfect. Okay, good faith of a client in a volatile market, better client retention, perfect. CFP, CFA, or NISM. I think Rajesh should be the perfect guy to, answer and to bring the differentiation, which I know he'll do at the end. Okay, what are the investment opportunities? How to go digital? Wow, this is something very interesting. What you said, how to go digital, and this is what all of us are actually struggling and to bring that thing out. Perfect. So I've got most of the queries which you have, and I'll try to shape up the story in the similar line so that there could be few key takeaways for you. Great. So I'll just begin my journey. It started off, in Calcutta, graduated from St. Xavier's College. After that, did my MBA from IBS. Was lucky enough to get an opportunity to join ICICI Treasury in Bombay. So I was there for 2 years with ICICI. Then I joined National Stock Exchange. I was there for quite some time, 1 year also, not a long time. Then I came back again to Calcutta due to some, family compulsions, and I joined Shrey Infrastructure Finance Limited. So here again, we set up the entire treasury, the entire Forex team. That was a time when they were, taking a lot of ECBs and foreign currency borrowings, and a lot of trading used to happen. And that's how the journey started. So by the time it turned 2015, and I had almost 6 years of corporate experience working with bank and an exchange, and again a corporate. So more or less, got 3 flavors, like what a corporate expect from a treasury guys, and how treasury guys, try to make money out of corporates, and being a part of an exchange just to understand the compliance and, on the risk side, and keeping it that how do we make a trade-off in between. And 2016, eventually I thought probably, the work which I was doing, I was slightly getting saturated, because there was nothing much to do. Setup ho gaya hai, the treasury is there, money is coming, going in and out, FX buying, selling was more of a monotonous job. That's why then I thought, let's try something different, because any which way job market is still open. I had good cordial relationship at that point of time with my manager out here, and he said, okay, you can try it. If nothing works out, you can again come back. We'll absorb you. So with that confidence, I just thought of, doing something of my own. And yeah, I did my CFA and CFP along with along after the some half part I did with my graduation, some part I did along with my MBA, and just completed that off. So I did my MBA, CFA, And I was also pursuing CA at that point of time, but CA I completed up to inter. Final I tried once, but again, surprisingly, financial management was my favorite subject. And in the final, I got the least marks in financial management, which typically, I could not absorb that I could have got the least marks. So then I was slightly demotivated and I left my CA, and I was happy to carry my MBA, CFA, and CFP and to work ahead. And then the entire journey started. So 2016 was actually, a path-breaking moment for me when I have to decide what to do, because so many friends were there within the same company. They also had that thing, whether to quit, not to quit. Because once you work 5 to 6 years in a corporate, typically, a complacence come across that, okay, this is the pay package, whether I'll be able to compensate that in how many years. Should I leave? Should I not quit the job? Should I continue? So, it's a bit of a confusing kind of a state. But then I left. I started off my own financial advisory. Initially, I took my ARN in my own name. But by the time it passed 4-5 months, 2017 early, I started, no, I need to do it in the form of a firm or a form of a partnership or a form of a company, whatever it is. So then I thought, let's do it in the form of a firm. So I floated my own advisory in the name of basically MF Distribution, Magnum Finvest Services. And again, that was a huge learning for me, because all the folios and probably, the ARN change procedure has to done with the Amphi guys, with all the AMCs. Almost, I think there were 100, 150 odd investors, and we did the entire process. But that was a firm decision that we said, okay, I don't want to have it in my individual name. I wanted to have it in the name of a firm. And we did, and we proceeded with that. And somebody talked about, so 2017 was more of, trying to reach out new clients through my friends, relatives, through my father's connect. And I was working, as I said, was working with Shrey. So I tried to reach out few of my colleagues who were ex-colleagues who were there in my company. And then gradually it started. So the base building was there in 2017. A lot of consolidation happened, as I said. Firm ka name change hua, and all those migration happened. And meanwhile, a lot of learning used to happen. And by that time, more or less a setup was being done. Okay, this is the setup I have done. And these are the number of clients, almost 100 odd clients were there. Their SIPs were there. Some of them we were having a lump sum, XYZ, the normal flow which we used to get. And after that, in 2018, I realized that, this form stuff, taking in and out will really be very difficult. And you can't cater to people who are traveling, who are residing outside, the same state. It was really becoming difficult. So then I adopted technology. So that was, somebody asked about technology. So we took software from WealthMagic. We did demo for 2-3 companies. We found their software was pretty good. So we incorporated that. We also took our own app, although the client base was very small at that point of time. But then I thought of let's, एक अपना app भी बना लेते हैं. So उनसे customized app बना लिया. Because nowadays, client want instant stuff. Maybe, even at 9, he wants to check his mutual fund portfolio. And if he's not able to do, probably, that will give him a sense of discomfort. And nobody will open a laptop and, will see the valuation. So when he has come home, probably just want to check, okay, aaj market upar niche raha, kya valuation raha. So that is the time I invested on technology. I invested on the app, and also took some research software engine, and was using few other platforms in order to do some kind of a stock research. Because when you are presenting to client, when you are going and you are talking to him, you will talk about funds that, okay, certain funds he know, but he wanted to understand the rationale, probably, why you are choosing that fund. Maybe at the end, I'll just show you maybe a platform which currently we are using, and that has actually helped us in terms of, maybe reaching out to clients and making them understand the product, understand the entire portfolio construction in a much better and in a much scientific way. So 2018, I would say, was more of a IT focused, where we thought कि कहाँ हम लोग कर सकते हैं. Online KYC, we tried tying up with ICICI give us that online KYC stuff so that we can do KYC onboarding for the clients without that PAN, Aadhaar. That's we can do digitally. But then probably it started, but then probably there were initial glitches. Sometimes, that since the technology was new, it was not happening very fast. Sometimes it used to get hanged. But still, we were trying and attending a lot of sessions, seminars pertaining to how we can scale up the entire thing. And basically, एक ease of work हो जाए हमारे end से, and the entire process, the time, gets reduced. And finally, fortunately, all of us know BSE Star MF came across. And once BSE Star MF as a platform was being launched in 2019, I think most of the back office work for all the advisors reduced significantly. So today I can say that, virtually, my office is a paperless office. And that gave a confidence that, on one hand, we have a client-centric platform where we have a Wealth Magic or probably Red Vision. There are a lot of other softwares which are there depending upon, your comfort, your client base, you can have access to that. So on one hand, we have a client-centric approach, something which we are lacking to have something on the back end. कि भाई back end में हम क्या करें? Because transactions, again, depositing checks with the AMCs was somehow really becoming very difficult. So then immediately we incorporated BSE Star MF. Probably we were among the 10 advisors initial who tested that when it was being launched. So we tested, and virtually, it came out to be, I would say, a blessing in disguise. So today, with the help of PSE, NSE, MFU, all three are there. You can target any client, you can target any NRI probably, and through one single link, you can process multiple SIPs, multiple funds. Let's suppose client want to, invest 1 crore. Simple. And that 1 crore has to be divided into 10 funds. 10 funds mein automatic ho jayega. So that this was something which we were actually waiting for, because if we have to target new clients, how do we do that? So then 2019, when this forward integration and backward integration, jisko hum log bolte hain, both got digitalized, or a technology was something, really very beautiful. It got converted. Then we thought, let's now, move and try out something beyond the normal audience. Because by that time, again, that Rajesh was talking about the credibility. So we had there 2016, 17, 18, we tested ourselves. So we started off with that physical form part, and then gradually, we migrated to technology, app, वगैरह सब कुछ हो गया. So then we thought, okay, let's take it forward. अभी इसको एक one step आगे लेके जाते हैं, and we started doing IIPs. Because once you do IIP, a client will come, he say that, hey, do you have a website? Hey, how should I check? I don't know. How should I check the details? How should I progress? So, that gap always remains there. So then that was a point when we thought, now, since the base is strong, we have a good set of clients, good set of numbers, technology is ready, platform is ready. Now, let's try and hit the, market outside. Let's do some IIPs. So again, the IIP started off with, it was more of a physical at that point of time, 2019. I think we did almost 30, 35 webinars. We started reaching out to some of our friends who were there in a company. We got connected through them to the HR, and we said that, hey, we want to do a financial wellness initiative with, with your company, with your employees. And, we started off getting that first IIP was difficult. But again, conducting that first IIP was all the more difficult. Your legs are shaking. It's been more than 3 years. I've never stood before the audience and given a PPT, but it eventually floated off. And then as, we moved ahead, you talk about integrity, accountability, credibility, it starts happening. So it's gradual, it's step by step. Tomorrow you start off probably, it might not happen that things work well at first instance. Aisa nahi hoga. You will make mistakes. But we have to learn, and we have to overcome those mistakes, and we have to see probably, how we can shape things. What are the key learnings we can take out of it, and how we can, implement those changes and be connected with whatever changes are happening. Trust me, even today, I know few people, who have just adopted technology platform probably once the lockdown started, because that was a forced kind of a situation. But probably when I look at my, when I analyze, our my and the entire firm, so we adopted probably 1.5 years in advance. And when lockdown came, so this again, I would say the most interesting and innovative thing happened within me, which I also never knew that whether, I would end up writing a book. You could just ask anybody at my home, and they will never tell you that probably I had a small instinct of probably, कि मैं एक book लिख लूं, या probably I could author a book. So again, the IIPs were happening in 2019. As I said, we did 35 IIPs in the entire year. Small IIPs, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people. We never focused on the numbers. We just focused on the quality, that okay, wherever we are doing, okay, it's in the corporate के यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं, हमारा कोई खर्चा नहीं लग रहा है. That was again, a very important part, because we know the kind of revenue that we generate out of the mutual fund business is really very minuscule. Per I would say the revenue per client on an average basis is really very, very less. You can't spend on the IIP. So we're very, very happy that we got the conference room of the corporate. Unka projector hai, aana hai, and then we have to do the IIPs. So we started off, and 2020 probably when once again the lockdown happened, market was down. So that is where probably I felt that I was able to strike the right chord with some of my clients, or I would say with majority of my clients. Because once the lockdown happened, this COVID happened, every quarter, I would say not every quarter, every fortnightly, we did IIPs. We did IIPs randomly through social media. We were doing all the, we took the access of Zoom. हमने Zoom का corporate जो paid version है वो ले लिया. 100 members could easily attend, and we did IIPs every fortnightly in terms of making people understand that this is not the first time the crisis has happened. Okay, before this, SARS happened, Ebola happened, and we prepared. We did our study and we prepared that kind of a PPT that SARS, Ebola, XYZ, all those health crises also happened in the past, but market has recovered within 6 to 8 months time. So there's nothing to worry. Even if you can't put money right now, if you are not convinced, but at least don't take your money out, don't stop your SIP, and don't do that. So some clients could just attend for 15 minutes. Some of them have attended the entire webinar. But the kind of credibility that we established during that 2 months time when client needed us the most. I know many advisors could be very many advisors who would have lost conviction in themselves. What will happen to market? Whether this is a health crisis, financial crisis, health come financial crisis, abhi kya hoga? And we were listening to all kind of negative news bias across media as if everything, the world is over. So again, you need to strike off the chords, whatever is there in and around, and you need to be focused. So we prepared a PPT in terms of historical analysis that corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. We created these kind of I would say slogans that corrections are temporary, growth is permanent. A lot of crises have happened in the past. This is not the first. Eventually, market has recovered in 1 year time. So all those analysis, we have shared, and I think in that 3 months time, probably we did 10 to 12 webinars, and that is where I felt we were able to establish the credibility with the client. We were able to establish the connect with the client, and when market recovered after that, you won't believe, a lot of people. First time I witnessed that people came, people directly started calling us saying that, we liked your webinar, we have listened something on YouTube or probably in Facebook, and that somehow I not motivated, but yes, that restricted us to sell off the portfolio, and somehow we were able to get some kind of a comfort that this is not the first time, and probably things will evolve. We did simple analysis that अगर आज आपको 2008 का market में बोल दे कि उस समय जब correction आया था subprime crisis, if I give you a time machine आप बैठ के जाइए 2008 में इन्वेस्ट करिए, आप करेंगे कि नहीं? Everybody said, यार it was a lost opportunity. अगर आज आप पूछो 1 साल पहले, if you would have invested, all your clients would have said that यार I lost the opportunity. Correct? 2008 तो फिर बोलेंगे यार बहुत बड़ा opportunity loss हो गया सब प्राइम में. Okay, so what happened today? If I see the past, it becomes a lost opportunity. But आज बैठ के अगर invest करना है, probably we are not able to take that decision. So that is something that helped us actually, that 3 months time to strike a chord with the clients. And that was a time I thought what to do. Sitting at home, एक या दो webinar आप कर रहे हो. I know new business, मंदी के market में पैसा ज़्यादा मिलता नहीं, आपको नया business आएगा नहीं, that we all know. And money comes only in a bull market. But it's just that, when money comes into bull market, you need to be responsible enough to take it and do proper asset allocation, so that we don't put everything into equities right now, and if market dips down, we don't have any money to balance out. So we don't know what to do at that point of time. So we thought, अभी क्या करें? ऑफिस नहीं जा रहे हैं, घर पे बैठ रहे हैं, वेबिनार्स कर रहे हैं, बस खाली एक दो क्लाइंट का फोन आ रहा है, तो we are just trying and talking to clients that okay, just hold on to it, have some patience, vaccine is on the way, and once vaccine comes, things will normalize. So then I thought, let's do something. Let's write down my client's experience. So the idea did not started कि एक book लिखना. I just thought I'll write some blogs, because again क्या करना, अभी लोगों को थोड़ा सा motivate करना है and खुद को भी motivate करना है. That was the most important thing. Rather than motivating people, we also got demotivated. Being humans, emotions सबके अंदर है, and we all get emotionally biased. So I started writing of blogs. एक IIP में I just started recalling that in one particular IIP, that one particular client liked that particular concept, and how it flowed, how it actually started off, and how it impacted. तो एक simple illustration आपको देता हूँ. We went एक गुजरात में हम लोग गए थे to do an IIP. That was my first outstation IIP, which I did in 2020. We went to Gujarat in a corporate के plant में गए थे हम लोग. And so we did that IIP. बहुत अच्छा गया वहाँ पे. So हम लोग क्या करते, जब भी we do an IIP ना, initially what we do, we just tell people to stand and just do hi-fi, just roam around, so as to पूरा रूम का जो environment है उसको थोड़ा सा normalize करें, because neither they know me nor I know them. So वो एक जो I would say to bring that ease. And a lot of people क्या होता है, when you are in work, you are coming from other departments, दिमाग में कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा होता है. To break that ice, we do some kind of an activity, physical activity, and that typically turned out to be an icebreaker. And after the session, one client came and he said, "Sir, I simply like that concept of you initially did some kind of that physical stuff, hi-fi, and roaming around, interacting, and that probably made me very attentive, and I liked the entire concept." So that imbibed him the financial josh. तो उसके अंदर एक kind of a जोश भर दिया कि नहीं, ठीक है, हमको अपना financial planning seriously लेना है. So that was one very interesting story. We did not deliver any concept by that time, but by mere एक छोटा सा activity, just motivated him, and that recalled. That recalled us. Similarly, we did 1 or 2 sessions in Dabur on Women's Day, females के साथ. So again, वहाँ पे वो inflation वाला concept, typically that you're keeping money in your savings account at 4%, inflation it's at 6.5, 7, you're getting a negative rate of return. So that struck a lady, very, very sharply, that what she has been doing, she has been keeping money in her savings account and not utilizing for last 5-6 years. So let's do that. So simple stories of my clients, that somebody got motivated to take term insurance, somebody got motivated, to understand the concept of lifestyle inflation. Somebody was in fact motivated to do, and then somebody, we touched upon the behavior finance concept, who liked that. So we tried writing some few blogs. So the moment that blog were there, I saw there were around 15 blogs which I was able to complete in 1 month's time, taking my client story and all. Then I thought, why not try and frame it in the form of a book. And then the whole idea started, and you won't believe, we completed the entire task activity. It took us around 3 months to do that. But after publishing that one particular book, eventually the name is Financial Wellness Cinematics. I'll share the cover page. I think probably I have, I think I have the cover page of that. So what I did again, that was something really very interesting. COVID का time था, लोग ऐसे ही थोड़े से stressed out थे. उस समय if you give something heavy, people will not accept it. So what I did, Financial Wellness Cinematics. I linked my story of a client, his story, with a movie and how we can inspire from a movie or a character in order to do our financial planning. And this particular quote, which I have written at the back, it just took us around 15 days to finalize it, because book agar bikega, agar front or back page has certain worth, has certain credibility, then only you will pick the book from the shelf. Otherwise you'll just keep it. Normally हम कोई भी online offline हम back page देखते हैं या packaging देखते हैं. It's more like a packaging. So we started off with a एक Tiger Shroff का हमने एकदम first page आप book का खोलोगे, a Tiger Shroff की पूरी body है, and he's like I think there was a war movie where he's carrying a gun and his entire body is very much highlighted. So how come it's linked to finance? So so we linked it with to need to have this kind of a body, to need to have this kind of a physique, it requires discipline, commitment. It does not come overnight. Again, when I talk about your financial planning, if you want to be financially fit like Tiger Shroff, so you need to have certain discipline in your financial planning. You need to have certain discipline in your savings and stuff. So we started off with that note that have you ever envied Tiger Shroff fitness? Then why not be financially fit like this, like Tiger? We link the concept of power of compounding with Rajnikant. The way he multiplied himself in robot, so many Rajnikant, linking to create financial clone with Dhoom 3, and imbibing the Josh of financial wellness, set up the monetary Lakshya by managing your risk and behavior finance, and finally be like Bahubali of the market, so that there would be up and down, but don't get afraid. Just be focused towards your goal, and linking the insurance concepts with Kal Ho Na Ho at that point of time. So wanted to make it a bit masala at that point of time. Pehle story likha, then I thought these are normal blogs, normal story. People would find it everywhere in Google, and abhi usko extra kya banaye, kya different kare. So we linked each story with each movie. So that was the research, which typically took us around 1 month time. But when it came out, it really came out, with the blessings of Almighty and all my parents. It really came out very beautifully. And trust me, this book established the credibility of maybe Saurav as an author. So I was no longer being perceived after I've written that book since last 1 year as a mutual fund distributor or as an advisor. I have been perceived by people as an author, and personally or technically, I feel today I'm here because probably, I have authored a book, and that book has trended in Amazon as bestseller for 1 month at that point of time. And that gave me really, good mileage and established the credibility, I would say, in terms of all my clients. And I gifted, one book to each of my clients. And so that established the connect like anything. It gave them a sense of feeling that, okay, yeah, theek hai, mera distributor jo hai, wo ek normal khali form leke nahi aata hai. He has a market knowledge. He has also authored a book, and book ki credibility hai. So it gave a sense of comfort. And again, this will not happen overnight. Some of you might be starting और आप सोचोगे कि यार कल हो जाए, ये कल नहीं होगा. It is a matter of trust, which you established with the client, and this entire process. It's like, जब COVID का vaccine बना, तो it's a process. Overnight नहीं आया. It took around 6 months, 1 year time, whatever it is. So this is the transformational process which will come eventually within you. आप realize नहीं करोगे. You just need to be involved in your business. You just need to be honest with your business. You need to be very convinced with what you are doing. And I will not, be hesitant to saying that filmy dialogue that, ki agar jo kar rahe ho, pure dil se karo. Trust me, if you are serving your client directly from your heart, not by यार ये तो बहुत irritate करता है, 10 बार questions करता है. No, you need to serve your client, directly by heart. If he's calling you 5 times, 10 times, you need to be responded. You need to again talk to him with the same kind of a smile, as if thinking that yes, he needs help. Otherwise, nobody is free in this world to call you 5 times, 6 times. Everybody is busy today. और कोई चीज में busy नहीं है तो web series देखने में busy है. People are busy, some or the other way down the line. But if he is calling you, that means he really needs some help. उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आया है, or he is not really convinced. Probably I have not been able to convince him or her. So it really comes, with a span of time. So few things which I'll tell you that actually helped us in terms of, gaining that trust with my client. I've never said no to someone. I think very rare ऐसा हुआ होगा हमने कभी किसी को no नहीं बोला कि हम ये काम नहीं करेंगे. Like earlier we were not doing insurance, but still किसी का भी अगर आया, I said, sir, I'll get it done for you, don't worry. And the moment we started off for 6 months, 1 year, then I thought, okay, let's have one person in my team. Now I have a decent bandwidth. I can start the insurance term and all, and I can offer it to my client. So we started off. So we never said no for any kind of an insurance activities कि sir हम नहीं करेंगे. Any client would have come for any sort of activities that my parents have passed away. I need this to be, transfer करना documents, this, that, all kind of services. We have done that. Because when I talk about, being a financial consultant to a client, he look to us for a one-stop solution. Today, nobody wants कि, insurance के लिए दूसरा, stocks के लिए third, XYZ, but still, as of now, I'm not doing anything into stocks. But again, I give my advisory into stocks. Because of my knowledge, maybe, past background into treasury, and my family, father and all, they are into the stock market, trading. Personally, I don't do any trading, but still, yeah, I have knowledge about different companies. I read balance sheets, I study the annual reports, what all, and I'm part of certain groups with TK, which keeps enhancing my knowledge and enriching about particular sector. So some of my clients used to review their stock portfolio also with me, because they say that, I get a very unbiased opinion. Because if I go to my stockbroker, he has recommended that stock, so he'll always tell, yaar, isko hold karte hain, abhi ye hoga, ye quarter acha aayega. So I'll get a nice view. So we started doing that. Not for all clients, but definitely whose portfolio is of decent size. सबके लिए तो हम नहीं कर सकते. जिनका portfolio decent size का है, जिनसे हमको revenue अच्छी आ रही है, definitely we also did that for them. Mutual funds, in and out, anything, everything we did for them. FDs, we started off corporate FDs after that, and we are doing for them. उनके कोई family members, relatives, किसी का भी death हो गया, कुछ भी है, अगर कोई transmission का काम है, so we tied up with somebody, we straight away hand it over to them. Boss, आप बात कर लो, उनसे कर लो, but हाँ, I'll be there in the loop. So if you face any problem, you can let me know. So it gradually happened. Honestly, there is no definite PPT कि आप कैसे accountability करोगे, कैसे trust करोगे. ये हर, each one of you have a certain uniqueness. किसी की uniqueness है, like I found my uniqueness that I have never said no to any of my client. And at any point of time, he or she had called me, I have responded. I've never said I'm busy, I'll not call. Okay, I've listened to him and I've said, okay, I'll get back to you by tomorrow. Some of you might have a USP that, you are very good in terms of talking. किसी का speaking skills is the USP that, जब आपको लोग सुनते हैं तो लगता है यार ये तो बहुत amazing बंदा है, let's do some work with him or her. This can establish your credibility. Some of you could be very intelligent, very knowledgeable in terms of, maybe creating a portfolio, managing the portfolio, doing it very, very thoroughly. So, that could be your USP. So, any USP within you, आपकी जो एक, USP है, अगर आप उसको identify कर लो, and try to build credibility in and around that particular X factor, I think that will work out. So there is no special, I would say formula or anything specific to that. कि भाई ये 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 आप ये follow करो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's just that whatever you are sharing with your client, आप उनको जो recommend कर रहे हो, you are doing it very, very honestly. You are not doing any activities, to make money. Obviously, अगर हमको 2 fund देना है, दोनों का performance same है, तो हम देखते हैं कि यार ठीक है, यहाँ पे we are better remunerated, let's give that. But let's not give a fund which is not superior compared to that. So if you are doing your work with honesty, if you are connecting with your clients, you are interacting with your clients, and eventually, in my case, I would say this book happened to be, establishing my credibility much more in terms of with my client. And also, I do one more thing. Probably, I don't know whether that has helped or not. I've created a WhatsApp broadcast group for all my clients. Okay, having all my clients have almost two broadcast group, 500, 600 odd people are there in the group. And once in every week, I send them some or the other educational content. It could be a blog. जरूरी नहीं हो blog मैंने ही लिखा है, मुझे अगर कोई blog अच्छा लगा कैफे म्यूचुअल का, वही forward कर दिया. It could be a book review. It could be any educational information material. That's it. The only reason why I did that, because I wanted them to be, to recall कि हाँ नहीं ठीक है ये बंदा है. Because अगर उनको मेरे को refer करना है, today let's suppose if I have 500 clients and if somebody has to refer it to me, उसको याद ही नहीं रहेगा. Only once we will sit, we will do the review of the portfolio, he will recall, remember me. Otherwise, he will not. So again, how do you make sure that he remembers you, he retain you? And again, वहां पे भी आप अपनी credibility कैसे establish करते हो? Not by giving him a good morning or a good night or a कि ये BAF का NFO आ रहा है तो ये flexi cap का आ रहा, आप उसको भेज रहे हो, nothing. You have to give only educational content, या कुछ न्यूज है, आरबीआई का रेट कट है, कल फेड ने क्या कहा, रेट हाइक करेंगे कि नहीं, all those kind of educational content or informational content, if you send with him or her, that will establish the credibility in true sense. Even if you are weaker in technology, आज आप देख लो, all of us are weaker in technology. We don't have a technology like ICICI Pru का app है, we don't have that kind of an app. It is still a bit slower, app धीरे खुलता है, because we can't afford to have 5 lakh, 10 lakhs की यार हम टेक्नोलॉजी में बिल्टअप कर ले और अपना ऐप को मैनेज करें. We can't do that. We have to rely upon third party vendors जो कोलेट करके सबको देते हैं, डेटा सर्वर से पुल होता है. So those kind of limitations we will have because we have not grown to an XY size of a thing. But still, why client want to do business with us? Because एक तो connect है, एक trust है. Trust is something which will come overnight. Day one में trust नहीं आएगा. Once you are talking, you are reviewing your portfolio, आप उसको suggestions देते रहोगे, आप उसको अच्छे knowledge share करते रहोगे, वो trust आता रहेगा, and eventually, the entire process flow happens. So again, it is not an overnight thing. There is no formula to do that. आप मुझसे पूछोगे यार कोई magic formula है, तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, honestly. But one thing I'll tell you from my personal experience, that, focusing on the existing clients is far more better than, always running after new clients. This I'll tell from my experience. When I started doing IIPs, I thought, यार, अभी करते हैं, चलो अभी बोलना तो आ गया अच्छा से, किताब भी लिख ली है, author भी बन गया, अभी चलो नया target करते हैं. But honestly, it is not that easy. The kind of conversions I get from my referrals, it is very, very, very high. If I do an IIP, I catch hold of 10 audience and I try to do their financial planning. Out of 10, 1 or 2 gets converted. But if my client refer me, out 10, if they are referring, 10 out of 8 or 10 out of 9 gets converted, because he has already spoken about me, he has always tested my services, and he's referring him or her to me. तो इस बिजनेस में आई थिंक क्रेडिबिलिटी बनाना है, तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क है, we should be connected with our clients. That is really very, very important. And that is what I felt initially. I also, failed to do that. Probably in 2020, 21, जब वो एक growth phase आता है आपका, you feel यार हमको अभी AUM बढ़ाना है, and I need to increase my customer base. But वो base भी internal, clients will help to accelerate that, and that will eventually help you again to establish your credibility. Because अगर आप internal clients को अच्छे से serve कर रहे हैं, वो आपको 2 जन को refer कर रहे हैं, that chain really becomes very, very strong, and that chain is really very, very powerful. So this was, I would feel that मेरे last 4 साल में जो मेरी एक mistake रह गई थी, and probably the biggest takeaway which I got probably in last 4 or 5 months when I analyzed that I have been doing IIPs, इतने लोगों का financial plan बना रहा हूँ, but conversions numbers are not that great. and इतने लोगों ने मेरे को रेफर किया, and उसमें से 90-95% people got converted, even if not today, but after 3 months, after 6 months, they have approached कि हाँ नहीं, we interacted through this person and now I wanted to connect and do my financial planning. So I think this was my biggest takeaway. And currently अगर आप पूछोगे what would be the future strategy, would be to focus more on the existing clients and ask referral from them. There is no harm. See, if they are happy, they are satisfied with you, they will refer. It's not that they will not refer to you, they will refer to you. But sometimes हम लोग पूछते भी नहीं है, मांगते भी नहीं है. बोलते ना, मांगने से तो even if you don't ask, you won't get even a penny out of it. And Radhika का आप अगर देखोगे, Edelweiss की CEO है, some of you might be knowing her. She always tweets and she always write in LinkedIn that unless you ask, how will you receive something out of it. So asking is something very, very important. आपको, and again, interacting with your client is very important. The more you interact, the more you will establish credibility with your clients. Baki, trust me, there is no formula. आप पूछोगे सर कोई पीपीटी है, पीपीटी में एक फॉर्मूला, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आपको अपना यूएसपी आइडेंटिफाई करना है, that okay, this is what people like about me and I need to focus on this skill and I need to take it forward in order to reach out to clients, maintain my clients, and whatever whatever is your X factor, you need to utilize it. And finally, trust me, financial planning is not about returns. It is not about whatever client has made money. It is simply more than investments. It is about the guidance that your investor trusts. उसको अगर ये ट्रस्ट आ गया कि हाँ नहीं, आप जो गाइडेंस दे रहे हैं वो एकदम सही है, probably even if you make mistake, probably he will not scold you, or probably you will not lose him as a client, because he knows that okay, the guidance that you are giving, he has trust in that guidance and he trusted you, and both of you together took that journey. But ठीक है, कुछ plus minus हुआ, sometime market is not in our favor, it may happen up or down, but that guidance and that trust is something really very, very important. So it is, honestly, it is much beyond that. So just to sum it up, if I talk about credibility, again, I would say there is no formula. If you would ask me, I have never adopted any such formula to establish the credibility. यार कि अभी ऐसे ऐसे करना है. Just keep on doing your work, diligently. Patience रखना है. हम client को बोलते हैं यार patience रखो. If you have patience, you will make money. You need to have patience with you. Keep upgrading yourself. थोड़ा knowledge gain करते रहिए. Start कुछ अच्छे YouTube में, if you find any good, somebody is speaking good, Nilesh Shah या कोई भी अच्छे हैं, नरेन, उनका वीडियोस थोड़ा सुनते रहिए, या कोई अच्छे एडवाइजर्स है, उनका थोड़ा अच्छा वीडियो सुनते रहिए. You will get lot of knowledge what is happening in the financial market. Because अभी आप क्लाइंट के पास जाओगे तो आप पैसा मांगने तो जाओगे नहीं हर समय कि यार मेरे को चेक लेना है, मैं चेक लेने आ रहा हूँ. Definitely will not go for that. आप अगर आधा घंटा भी बैठोगे तो आप 20-25 minutes you will talk about market, you will talk about economy, you will talk about his family, your family, and at the end maybe you will say that okay, this is a good fund, or maybe you will review the portfolio. अच्छा सर ये change कर देते, okay, that's it. Review will not take more than 5 minutes, but what will you do for next 25 minutes? So that is something you have to figure it out. कि आपका क्या skill है, based upon which that trust and that credibility you will be able to establish with your client. So, with that note, I just open the forum for Q&A. Maybe you can raise your hands and whatever. I think I have certain questions in the chat box. So I'll start answering them very, very quickly. Okay, I think somebody has credited some amount to me. Good, yeah. I'll just check my account if I've got that 1 lakh, credit in my account. Probably I know it's not... I can share the IAP PPT. Yeah, I'll just share it with you. So again, this IAP, what I did, after writing the book, I created the IAP in connection with my book. So that, again, as I said, that, that author, being an author helped me establishing a lot of credibility. So this is how I started off. This is the front page whereby, I link the movie with a concept, Kal Ho Na Ho, insurance planning, Bahubali, maybe managing the behavior, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara with goal planning. And as I said, having a tiger shroff physique, it requires some kind of a discipline. So linking it, and again, being positive thought, thinking positive about money, that will help you to attract more wealth. This is power of subconscious mind. Again, talking about lifestyle inflation, dil chahta hai, and your lagan, the taxes, planning it very, very well. Identifying the current stress which is there within the audience, उस stress को हम कैसे release कर सकते हैं by having a financial Lakshya of life, taking a positive out of the movie Lakshya. And once you implement your financial Lakshya of life, probably, you will certainly attain your financial freedom. Then explaining the concept of power of compounding, which I know all of you know, the more time you give, it is more than the return, time matters. So time is a very, very important factor. And again, taking calculated risk, getting inspired from Ranbir Kapoor, where you said risk to Spider-Man bhi leta hai, and main to fir bhi a common salesman hu. So certain element of risk is required. Without risk, you will get actually negative return. So if you take a calculated risk, probably you would be in a much better position. Then doing asset allocation, and finally, linking it with commitment. The way Salman's dialogue that एक बार जो मैंने commit कर दी फिर मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता. So you need to be committed towards your investing, towards your financial planning. Market will be up and down. Be fearless like Bahubali. We have seen a lot of crises, so don't get afraid. And finally, your behavior matters. So again, we got good behavior, I would say, finance lessons from PK movie, and that don't follow the herd mentality, and follow what exactly is logical and what needs to be done. And finally, linking it with some of the industry veterans quote, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, and Nick Murray, who talks about behavior finance. So simple things, but again, trying to relate. And at the end, what I said, financial planning is not just a good advice, it is more than that. It is not the investment return. It is about the guidance, probably, that you can trust. So, agar aapka client guidance ko trust karta hai, he is not chasing the returns. Trust me, there would be very few clients who returns ke piche ekdam they would be mad. But most of the clients would want ki haan theek hai, they get a decent return, 12%, 15%. They are very happy. They are not going to question, and they are not going to bombard, with you. Bombard you. So these are certain, I would say, basic, things. And it's just that this book actually brought the creative aspect within me. And honestly, I was not a very, very creative guy before that, but I don't know what happened. Lockdown, sometimes, you are confined within that same home and within that room. So that somehow, brings that kind of a change within you. So started off with writing blogs, and eventually that blog converted into a book, and which for anybody, probably I myself did not thought that it would happen. So in fact, अगर आप आज से predict करोगे ना क्या होगा, trust me, आप नहीं predict कर पाओगे. Just do your daily normal course of activity, and that change will happen suddenly. Suddenly वो change आएगा, and you will realize that okay, probably you have reached the mountain. आप mountain का peak देखोगे तो आप कभी नहीं पहुंच पाओगे. But you just go step by step, then आप नीचे देखोगे तो लगेगा अरे यार इतना मैंने चढ़ लिया, मैंने इतना चढ़ लिया. So it's just like that. ठीक है? Perfect. So I take few questions.
One participant has raised a hand, Kanhaiya. Can you allow him to unmute?
हाँ.
Sure, sir. Agarwal ji, you can unmute yourself.
Very good afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
सर मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था कि जो आपने हमें ये दिखाया भी पीपीटी, तो क्या ये हमें मेल हो सकता है सर?
हाँ, पीपीटी में राजेश जी को दे दूंगा, बट अगेन वो डिलीवरी स्टाइल, आप पीपीटी ले लीजिए, बट अगेन वो डिलीवरी का जो मैकेनिज्म है वो आप अपने से यू हैव टू डेवलप दैट. ठीक है ना? आई शेयर दैट पीपीटी. इसका वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग भी ऑलरेडी है. आई शेयर द जूम लिंक. वो आई थिंक जूम नहीं, क्या नाम है, यूट्यूब का लिंक आई शेयर इट. ठीक है?
ओके सर, अभी एक आप कंपाउंडिंग वो दिखा रहे थे स्लाइड, वो दिखा सकते हैं दोबारा सर?
विच वन?
कंपाउंडिंग.
अच्छा, ओके. कंपाउंडिंग वही सिंपल अपने, आई थिंक वो 1 रुपी अगर डबल होता है, दिस वन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट?
या
हाँ, तो एक सिंपल है कि भाई अगर आप 1 रुपया को सर डबल करोगे, ठीक है, 15वें साल में वो क्या होगा? आप 1 का 2, 2 का 4, 4 का 15, 16वें साल में, 15वें साल में, बिकॉज ये 1 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, 16,000 रुपया होगा। आपको इतना एक्साइटिंग नहीं लगेगा यार, 1 रुपया डाला 15,000 रुपया हो गया या 32,000 रुपया हो गया, सॉरी 15वें साल में 32,000 विल नॉट लुक एक्साइटिंग टू यू, but again
Right.
if that same money, if you continue for another 15 days, it becomes 107 crores.
right, sir.
So again, these are the tools to motivate the clients कि मतलब आप लोग शॉर्ट टर्म में पैसा तोड़ लेते हो, आपको लगता है यार एक बार निकाल ले फिर एंटर कर ले, बट दैट डिस्काउंट पूरा कंपाउंडिंग का जो प्रोसेस है उसको डिस्टॉर्ट कर देता है। इवन इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद 2000, वो 2000 ही आप कंटिन्यू करिए 20 इयर्स के लिए, डोंट ब्रेक इट।
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
थैंक यू।
Kanhaiya, there is one more participant.
या
Keswanji, you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
या
You are not audible. Okay, Ashwinji, you can go ahead.
उनका माइक ऑन नहीं है एक्चुअली,
Sir,
Connected
good
nahi.
evening, sir.
हाँ अश्विन, या
Yeah, my name is Raju. Actually, sir, recently I've started my own financial advisory business, sir. So I was registered as a sub-broker through a broker, and I started advising my clients actually. So I have some probably 5 to 10 clients. So what I wanted to know is how can I have them better retention clients? So clients are not leaving me. So I guaranteed them a 10% return every year. I think it was a decent percentage. So how can I retain them better, and how to progress my career in the finance sector?
सर पहला तो ना कभी किसी को गारंटी मत दीजिए, ठीक है ना, कि 10% हम हर साल देंगे, ओके, because this may really
Please
go.
speak in English. I don't know Hindi. Sorry for
Oh, sorry.
interrupting.
Yeah. So
Please
first
speak in
of all,
English, sir.
sorry. So first of all, don't give any guarantee to any client that, you know, I'll assure you 10% return. You just need to, you know, convey that, okay, this has been the return, past return, 10, 15 years return has been 15%. So let's be on a conservative side. I think we will be able to certainly, you know, achieve 12% return looking at the past trend. So don't, you know, guarantee any client. And again, you want to expand, as I said, you know, initially you have to reach out through your friends, relatives, maybe, you know, your neighbors, and those would be your first clients. And then you know, the referral cycle will start, and referral will only happen once, you know, they are satisfied, you know, with your services. And so you need to build that technology. जैसा मैंने कहा, as I said, you need to have that app, you need to have a web portal kind of a thing, at least, you know, those basic things are really very much required in nowadays.
So is it better to do a SEBI RIA, sir, to pursue the path, or should I do a CFP?
See, RIA
should be better, sir.
Yeah, see, RIA honestly is a very, very complex. It's not very easy because, you know, the kind of disclosure, the kind of, you know, every quarterly you have to give disclosure, all those things with SEBI, it is really very difficult. And honestly, trust me that, you know, in India, still we have not reached that stage where people are willing to pay fees. So when markets are rising, they would be happy to pay a fees, but when markets are falling, probably, you know, they will not be comfortable paying the fees. So we have not reached a stage whereby, you know, investors have become that much mature.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, ji, please go ahead. Yes, Bisla ji.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, actually, I am a student right now, and I want to be in this line of advisory and all that. But I want to know what course should I start with, because I am from a science background.
So see, again, we in this MFDs, you would find a lot of people from science background, a lot of homemakers. They have, you know, studied. I think probably you are on the right platform, right forum. And I think after when I complete, Rajesh ji will guide you the entire CFP curriculum and how it can, you know, shape up the entire career. Because आप जिस भी background से है, that does not matter. If you are interested to be a financial advisor and you wanted to be into the financial service industry, certain basic concepts have to be cleared. And if you have a degree, that gives you a certain added advantage. Say like, you know, if you are an MBA probably, or if you are a CA, आप खुद देखो, if you think, आपका देखने का नजरिया, you know, the way you perceive and you look at that person slightly changes. Initially, it's like, you know, once you crack a job, you know, once आप CV screening करते हो, आप क्या देखते हो? Okay, he is from St. Xavier's, he is an MBA, a CFA. After joining, it does not matter whether, you know, so once you get onboarded as a, you know, you onboard him as a client, it will not matter. But initially, like, you know, if you want to attract, I think some few more clients nowadays, you know, it would certainly help you. So have at least a degree, and your concept should be very clear.
Paritosh ji, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
हाँ सौरभ जी, मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि आप एडवाइजरी और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दोनों कर रहे हैं क्या एक साथ?
नहीं, प्योर MFD है सर, अपने दोनों तो कर ही नहीं सकते एज पर सेबी गाइडलाइंस।
नहीं सर, आप कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करके और उसमें 50 lakhs का नेटवर्थ बना करके
हाँ,
और दोनों काम कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, बट ठीक है, बट एज ऑफ नाउ ऑनेस्टली, यू नो, इट रियली बिकम समटाइम्स वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, वो कर रहे हो। आई थिंक आई एम कंफर्टेबल एज ऑफ नाउ बीइंग एन MFD। एज ऑफ नाउ मैंने सोचा नहीं है कि RIA करूंगा या उसको कैसे शेप अप करूंगा, अभी तक तो नहीं सोचा है, बट प्रोबेबली इन फ्यूचर आई डोंट नो।
हाँ नहीं, वैसे सर आपने जो क्वालिफिकेशंस ले रखी है ना, मैं तो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ही हूँ मात्र, आपने तो बहुत सारी ले रखी है, CFA, CFP,
CA नहीं कर पाया ना सर, CA कर नहीं पाया, देखिए आप CA है
सर, आप हमको इंक्लूड कर लीजिए आपके CA टीम में, है ना। मैंने CFP भी किया सर अभी तो, बट आई रियली फील कि मतलब यू आर, मतलब आपकी जो अप्रोच है वो बहुत अच्छी लगी कि क्लाइंट को जो है वो कनेक्ट रहना चाहिए उनसे हमेशा, और नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ कि गुड मॉर्निंग गुड इवनिंग करके और कर दिया, मतलब कुछ ना कुछ उनको यूजफुल, चाहे 5 दिन में एक बार दो, लेकिन कुछ यूजफुल देना चाहिए। आई रियली लाइक्ड इट। बस मैं थोड़ा यही करना चाह रहा था सर कि जैसे मान लीजिए बेसिकली क्या है, MFD को लोग ब्रोकर की तरह नजर डालते हैं सर,
हाँ,
और हमने MBA किया, CA किया, CFP किया, CFA किया, इतने अच्छे कोर्स किए ना, तो हमें ये लगता है कि कमाई के अलावा कुछ एक रिस्पेक्ट भी वो वाला होना चाहिए, नॉट एज ए ब्रोकर।
See, honestly, I don't call myself, मैं personally I don't call myself as a mutual fund distributor. वो भले मेरे कार्ड में लिखा होगा, but you know, when I talk to people, I say I'm a financial planner. And I'm speaking on the open forum. I don't mind, you know, SEBI has not put I would say, a recording machine in my mouth, because this is very natural. I can't go to a client and sell him a financial product और उसको बोलूं कि यार मैं distributor हूँ, कि like, you know, whether I'm a HUL distributor, जैसे कि मैं mutual fund distributor हूँ, कोई आपको commodity बेच रहा है, it is not like that. So ultimately we are selling a services, and so honestly, if I talk to my client, I represent myself as a financial advisor only. That's
so
it.
you present that way, but that is not legally authorized by SEBI.
So I'm not writing it.
You cannot say that you are a financial planner unless
so
you are
that's what I'm saying.
हाँ,
so I'm not writing anywhere.
SEBI जो है ना, मैं बताऊँ आपको जैन साहब, ये SEBI है ना, ये SEBI है बेसिकली, ये RBI का भी बाप है ना रेगुलेशन में, और यहाँ लोगों को खपती लोगों को बैठाते हैं यहाँ सब।
देखिए, हम उनका सारा गाइडलाइंस फॉलो करते हैं, हम ना ही कोई क्लाइंट से फीस चार्ज करते हैं, वी फॉलो द एंटायर गाइडलाइंस, और ठीक है, ना ही हम कहीं पे भी अपने साइट पे फाइनेंशियल प्लानर, सब जगह डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर लिखे हैं। बट अगर हम आपसे मिल रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली आई एक्सेप्ट इट, बट आई से पीपल आई से आई एम अ फाइनेंशियल कंसल्टेंट एंड अ प्लानर, दैट्स व्हाट आई से, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक एंड वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू।
Kanaya, shall we move quickly?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, Vishal ji, you can unmute yourself and ask your question very quickly.
Actually, I would appreciate the Saurabh was presented in this forum, and my question is that how CFP will help us to improve our AUM.
तो देखिए, AUM CFP आपको हेल्प नहीं करेगा। AUM you have to grow out of your knowledge and you know, your concepts, but हाँ, CFP will give you the requisite knowledge. because
Okay.
you know you need to have basic, as I said, कि, you know आपको एक financial knowledge थोड़ा चाहिए, एक concepts की clarity चाहिए, which probably you know maybe if you do a crash course or something like that you will not learn. Because if you are sitting with a client and आपको उसकी financial planning करनी है, आपको उसकी retirement planning करनी है, he'll tell you बस मेरा retirement में कितना amount आएगा, you have to do that. So that, you know, all those calculations, I think once you pursue CFP or probably, you know, course like this really becomes very smooth and easy. Because I've seen people, they are struggling with lot of Excel calculators, Excel properly नहीं आता है, calculation नहीं कर पाते हैं. But once you do this now, you would be very much comfortable with this calculation part. Then you just have to concentrate on your other skill, communication skill, in terms of how you create a portfolio. Then you have to, you know, concentrate on the other skills.
Okay, sir.
Rajesh
Thank
sir,
you.
we have paucity of time. If we can start our second session.
Kanhaiya, yes, we can begin the second, but can you allow Harshit Patel, CFP? Harshit is already a CFP. If you can allow
Sure,
him to,
sure.
probably maybe he will have a different kind of question. So if you can allow him.
Okay. So this is the last question we are taking. Harshit ji, you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for inviting me. Sir, my question was, see, there are two sets of investor. Being an MFD and a CFP, there are two sets of investors. One is an investor who is actually wanted to do a financial planning, and he's interested in the presentation and the calculations. And the other set of person is who's always looking for investment and returns. So how do you approach that kind of client when you present to them?
See, my first approach is to just prepare a basic financial plan for him. Simple. Because there is a data collection kind of a sheet which we have eventually, you know, prepared, whereby, see, because moment, you know, Harshit, if I talk to you and let's suppose if I am interacting with you, I said, okay, you are Harshit. Okay, now what will you talk? What will you say ahead? So idea is that, you know, you talk something about his family, and for that helps me in terms of gaining a data. So by the time I'm interacting with him over Zoom, I just note down, okay, this is Harshit, this is Harshit's age, this is family member, these are, you know, and then we don't talk about returns definitely initially, but the idea is to pull him around and ask him what are his goals.
Mm-hmm.
So once I've identified that, okay, these are his goals, that let's suppose, okay, you have a goal to accumulate X amount of money, you want to do your retirement planning, then things really becomes very, very easy. So in the data sheet, like, you know, once I interact with you for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I started asking, okay, what's your monthly take home? What's your household expenses? Where have you invested till now? So by the time he tells all his investments in total, I get to know his net worth. So अगर मुझे आपका नेटवर्क पता चल गया तो मेरे को पता है कि बस अब आप वो रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग गोल वो सब में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं हो, यू आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन वेल्थ क्रिएशन.
Right.
So then my conversation will be completely different with a person जिसने अभी स्टार्ट की है, जिसका कोई नेटवर्क नहीं है, उसको अपना रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग और चाइल्ड एजुकेशन प्लानिंग करना है. So you know, it can only happen once you get certain data points. Without data, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि यार ये 3 करोड़ का आदमी है कि ये 30 लाख का आदमी है, अभी इसको कहाँ से कहाँ मेरे को पहुंचाना है, and how I need to help him.
Absolutely.
Like there's certain
Just one
people,
last question. What would be an elevator pitch for you?
Elevator pitch in the sense,
Like, for example, you meet a person for a very short span of time and you introduce yourself in like you just converse with him for like a minute. So how do you pitch yourself?
Simple. It's like, hey, I'm a financial like just suppose अभी हम लोग अगर राकेश जी के साथ मिले हैं, तो I would just simply introduce that, hi, myself Saurav, I'm a financial planner, and you know, I take care of the fund management and portfolio. Would be interested you know, to have a quick chat with you. Okay. So whenever you are free, we can have a quick chat about the markets, or typically how the conversation started, we start talking about the market. हम लोग फंड पोर्टफोलियो के बारे में बात ही नहीं करते. We start talking about market. आपको क्या लग रहा है? How you think markets are behaving? So the moment you speak up, because you have certain knowledge, you talk about overall scenario, overall industry is doing well, numbers are doing well, what Fed is doing. That also establishes the credibility.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So Rajesh sir, if you can take it from here, sir.
Perfect. So before I move ahead, Kanhaiya, I have to say thank you to Saurav for joining us. Thank you so much, Saurav. It was lovely hearing you out. And trust me, the way you explained about building credibility, it was very practical, no theoretical gyan at all. It was all practical out of your experience of so many years. It was lovely to hear hear from you today, Saurav.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, entire team, for having me out here, and would be happy to contribute, going ahead also. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank you,
Saurav.
sir.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
So, gentlemen, as promised, we continue with our second part of the talk today. So, we're gonna talk about CFP program. Give me a second. Let me just adjust my slides. Kanhaiya, my slides are visible?
Yes, sir. It's visual.
Perfect. So because all of you were hearing out Saurav, as I explained, Saurav is a CFP as well, and he said that he introduces himself as a financial planner. So financial planning is one of the areas that we are going to talk about in the second half now. Okay, so moving ahead, let us first understand what is CFP, what is Certified Financial Planner. So it's one of the topmost programs in the personal finance space, which is recognized globally in 27 countries across the world. It's a highly rated, gold standard rated program, right? So it's in the league of the top-notch programs in the world in the area of finance. When you look at the way the program has been structured, it has a very unique structure. So it has a 4-in-1 certification, meaning to say, in one single program, you get 4 certifications. Guys, so before I proceed, you can write your queries in the chat box that's open, and you can also raise hands. I will be happy to take your questions at the end. Yeah. Okay. So that's about the program structure. Looking at the content, it is ideal for students, maybe an undergrad, maybe a grad, maybe an MBA guy, or professionals, or IFAs, or MFDs. It's a program which is ideal for anybody and everybody. Content-wise, the program is highly focused on personal finance. So when I say personal finance, meaning to say all the finances investment which relates to a person. So the curriculum is highly focused there. And that's the reason why it is demanded by the industry, demanded by the whole BFSI industry. The beauty is that it's a short-term program, doesn't take that much longer time like an MBA program, like 2 years or more than that. It's a short and sweet program. So depending on your speed, you can wrap it up in 6 months also, but averagely it takes around 8 to 10 months for you to complete the whole of the program. Okay, so moving ahead, let's look at the curriculum. So I told you that it's a 4-in-1 program. So 4-in-1 meaning the program has been divided into 4 levels or 4 parts. So level 1, level 2, level 3, and then CFP final. That's the way the program has been structured. So let's look at level 1. Level 1 is also called Investment Planning Specialist, or IPS. So as the name suggests, this part, level 1, is all focused on investment planning. You have 3 modules to study in level 1: personal financial management, investment planning and asset management, and regulatory environment, which is more of the investment laws that you study. So that completes your level 1. You study for level 1, appear at level 1 exam, pass level 1 exam, you get level 1 certification. And then you move to level 2. Level 2 is called retirement and tax planning. So there again, you have 2 modules only: retirement planning and tax planning. So retirement, you will study more about the financial goal setting, the retirement goal setting, retirement planning, the calculations, the retirement products, etc. And tax planning is where you study about all the taxation, the income tax, the cross-border taxation, the tax laws, everything. Then you move on to level 3. Level 3 is risk and estate planning, where you study more about risk management and insurance and estate planning. And then comes the CFP final. CFP final is where all of this, what you have learned, finally kind of gets together and turns into a very practical delivery. It's a program which has 3 modules: financial planning process, engaging clients, and developing financial plans. But more than these 3 modules, what makes the final level more interesting is it has a live project. It has a project which is assigned by you assigned to you by FPSB, Financial Planning Standards Board. And it's a level where you do a lot of case studies. So when you do case studies, you actually work the real life scenarios and develop their financial plans. So this is where all of your theoretical learning kind of gets translated into a very practical learning. So moving ahead, so as you go on to study level by level, level 1, 2, 3, and final, you take their exams as well. So level 1 exam, 1, 2, 3, all these exams are of the same nature, same structure and same format. So all these exams are online. So exams are conducted online like this. It's an online proctored exam. So meaning to say somebody sitting across the screen will be watching you, and you will be live monitored when you appear at your exam. It's a 2 hours exam, 75 questions, 75 marks. So 75 questions, 75 marks, 2 hours exam. Okay. And all MCQs, no negative marking. Passing score is approx 60% is what I've written. So 60%, when I say approx 60%, please understand that passing percentage for CFP exam in the new framework is not decided, is not fixed at all. The passing percentage is arrived in every exam based on a kind of psychometric assessment and averaging of the scores that students do. Okay, but generally with our experience of exams, we have seen that around 55-60% is what if you score, you kind of pass. So 60% is in elements, marking 45 questions right out of 75. And then comes the, once you clear 1, 2, and 3, you arrive at level 4. Level 4 exam is a little different. So level 4 exam has only 50 questions, but they are of 100 marks. Out of these 50 questions, 25 questions are of 1 mark each. They will be all MCQs only. The remaining 25 questions are based on case study. Though they will be MCQs, but they will be based on case studies where you will need to do kind of some calculations, prepare financial plans, and then only you will be able to answer those 25 questions. So that way, and it's a 3-hour exam. So you have enough of time to make your the whole of the financial plan and do the computation and then answer. Again, MCQs, no negative marking. It has, as I said, it has a case studies and the project inbuilt into it. So that makes the last level really great, really kind of more practical as compared to the first 3 levels. So moving ahead, as I said, if you clear level 1, you get certificate for level 1. Level 2, you get certificate for level 2. Level 3, you get certificate for level 3. And when you clear your final level, you get the final CFP charter, final CFP certificate. Okay? So that is what is making the program 4-in-1, meaning to say within 8 to 10 months time, if you complete your whole CFP program, you earn 4 international certificates. That's the most unique feature of CFP program. So you don't only say that I am a certified financial planner, you also write that you are FPSB USA certified investment specialist, FPSB USA certified retirement and tax specialist, right? So that way you get multiple certification in your profile. So these are the certificates that you get. Just a kind of a sample showcase for you. All these certificates from FPSB USA directly. Okay, so now that you know about CFP program, the structure, the exam and everything, you would be eager to know that, okay, what is the fee? How much does it cost to be a CFP? So let's move on. So when you want to study for CFP, there are 2 things that you have to incur. One is a fee which you pay to the FPSB board. FPSB is Financial Planning Standards Board USA, which is the regulating authority for CFP program, which awards you the degree or the certificate. So FPSB USA, one is the set of fee that you pay to FPSB USA. The other is the set of fee that you pay to us as the education partner, because we're gonna teach you, we're gonna prepare you for your CFP exams or for the CFP program. So first talking about the FPSB USA fees. So these are the fees. For each level you pay the fees level wise. It's not that for whole program you pay the fee in one go. No, it's a kind of a broken up structure for the fee payments. So you pay it level wise only. So level one when you are in, if you see for each of it, I have written FPSB content fee. So the content fee essentially means when you go to do CFP, FPSB, Financial Planning Standards Board USA, gives you some learning content online. That's an online content, no printed thing, nothing. It's an online content. You can't save it, you can't copy it, you can't download it. They give you online to study. Okay. So that's one. For that, they charge you, and it's mandatory. Even if you come to study with me, you have to subscribe to that content. That's mandatory. Okay. For that, you have to pay $60. $60 is the FPSB content fee. And when you take FPSB exam for level 1, you pay $61. These fees are constant. If you see level 1, 2, 3 has the same fee structure. Content fee $60, exam fee $61. So imagine that I am enrolling to FPSB today. So I will pay the content fee today, not the exam fee. Okay. I'll pay only the content fee. Exam fee, I'll pay 2 months down the line or 3 months down the line when I actually book my exam. Okay. So this fee also 60 and 61 also is a split. It's not paid together. So that I'm explaining you just for the sake of clarity, so that you understand that it's a kind of a very easy structure of payment that's available. The final program, the final level, the fee is just the double of what you have in level 1, 2, and 3. The content fee is $120 and the exam fee is $122. Okay, so that's what the structure. Other than these fees, the content fee and exam fee that you pay for each levels, you pay certain common fees as well. Common fee is one, the registration fee. So initially when you join the CFP program, you pay a common registration fee. Registration fee is $165, but that $165 is applicable to all the 4 levels. You won't need to pay that separately. $165 one time for 1 year for all these levels. Okay. Second is a specialist certification fee. As I said, level 1, 2, and 3, when you clear, you get the FPSB USA certificates of specialist. So for that, you pay $100. Again, this $100 is combined for all 3, not that 100 for each of them. $100, $100 fee for all 3 certificates, specialist certificates. And when you finally clear the CFP, you get your CFP charter, your CFP certificate. At that time, you pay $120 for your CFP charter, CFP certificate. So that makes the whole program structured like this, and it goes to $890 or $990. You can do a quick sum of it. That's what the fee is that you pay to FPSB USA. Now coming to what you pay to us to study. If you want to come to ICOFP, as I said, ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, is India's first and the largest CFP education provider. So if you come to study with us, what do you pay us? So you can join level wise. For each of the level, we have level wise fees. And for each of these levels, if you see, VL is virtual learning. Virtual learning is where you have live classes happening like this. The only difference is this is because of webinar. So all of you are on mute. Otherwise, when it's a live class, when we teach, it's a kind of, you are also on mute and we keep talking, we interact and the faculty teaches you live there. So that's a live, virtual live instructor-led class. It is exactly the same the way you study in classroom, we teach you online. So that's, again, you have weekdays and weekend, both options available. That's the live class. And second, EL, what you see written there is e-learning, which is more of an on-demand kind of, you can say, an OTT platform. So videos are already we pre-prepared. We have already made the learning videos. They are available. We will give you the access. You can go and view them and learn. Okay, so that is more of do-it-yourself kind of a study, that we will give you the content, you have to study, and then we will help you with the doubts. So virtual is where we teach you. E-learning is where you teach yourself with our content. Okay. So yes, as I said, you can join us level wise for each of the level 1, 2, 3, 4 separately, or you can join all of them together. If you come together, if you come in one go and join the whole program together, that reduces your fee considerably. Because if you kind of sum up all this here, then it would probably go to 48,000 rupees right now in virtual. But if you bundle it together and enroll for this whole CFP program in one go, that kind of reduces your fee by 35-40%. Okay, so enroll for the full program, and instead of 55,000, you end up paying only 37,500 for the virtual classes. As I say, virtual is a live class where we teach you. So you will have you will have the choice of weekdays classes or weekend classes depending on your time band preference. And the e-learning is pre-recorded videos by the same faculty, not that different faculty would be doing you. The same faculty have pre-recorded the lessons. The lessons are hosted on a beautiful learning management system. You are given the access, you learn it. If you have doubts, you are connected through WhatsApp group and an email where you can shoot your doubts and connect to the faculty. Even before exams, we kind of come and do a doubt clearing session with you. So that's the way you prepare. So choice is yours, virtual or e-learning, weekdays or weekends. So when you come to study at ICFP, what you get is one, as I said, option of live or on-demand classes. Live is virtual, on-demand is e-learning. So your choice, whatever way you are comfortable. But if you ask me honestly, I would recommend virtual is far more powerful. E-learning is good for them, good for the people who have already a background. Maybe somebody like Mr. Paritosh was talking that he is a chartered accountant. So meaning to say, when you already have a similar kind of a background, then you already know a lot of things. It's just a quick brush up that you might need to do. So then probably e-learning might help you. You have the choice of weekend and weekdays. Weekend, every day, Monday to Friday, 2 hours, 7 to 9. Monday to Friday, 7 to 9. Okay, so that means 2 hours a day for 5 days. That means 10 hours in a week we're going to teach you. Weekdays are only Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays late evening and Sunday first half of the day. 2 hours classes, again Saturday, 2 hours Sunday. So that means in a week you're gonna study for 4 hours. So weekdays classes, you typically wrap up the whole program, whole CFP program. In weekdays, again I'm saying, in weekdays you wrap up the whole program in approximately 6 months, whereas in weekends classes you wrap up the whole program in typically around 10 to 12 months because of the nature, because of the number of days that you are studying. Yeah, so depending on how much time you can take out and what are the days when you can actually join the program online, you can choose among weekdays or weekend classes. You will get comprehensive books. The books will be given to you as printed books also, and e-books version also. And you will also have workbooks where you have chapter-wise workbooks. So at one end, the faculty will be teaching you online. On the other end, you can do ample amount of practice through the workbooks that we give you. The workbooks will have 800,000 questions in each of the module, making you do very well preparation for the exam. Before the exam, before appearing at FPSB exam, you have online mock exam also that we have prepared. You will have 2 mock tests in your learning platform given by ICOFP, where you can take the exam just to see how prepared you are for the exam. Next thing is all the classes that will happen in the virtual classroom. Every single class will get recorded, and all the recordings are shared with you. So that allows you to go and review the video, revise your concepts as many times as you wish. You will have mentors and coaches from ICFP who are personally going to help you, teach you, and kind of help you understand the nitty-gritty of the subject. The capstone project, so you will be assigned a project by FPSB, but we will teach you, we will coach you how to do the project, how to complete that project. No exam qualifier. So it is just that if you study with us, there is no other qualifier. Study with us. When we say that you are ready for the exam, go and take the exam. As I said, exam happens online. So it is done on a very exclusive examination platform that FPSB has developed. On that examination platform, because it involves a bit of technicalities, so we also offer you a personalized tech support before the exam. Exactly a day or 2 days before the exam, our tech support manager comes online with you and teaches you how to use the platform, how to install the software, how to run this, so that you are absolutely ready and you have a very smooth experience of the exam. So ICFP advantage, why you come to ICFP, you have most comprehensive. When I say India's most comprehensive, literally India's most comprehensive study materials. You will have concept books, your workbooks, you will be doing group projects. In every class, you will be given some assignments to do. All your classes will get recorded and the videos of those classes will be given to you. You will have mock test before the exam. You will have doubt clearing sessions, exclusive doubt clearing sessions before the exams for all modules. You will have case studies to do. You will have guest lectures happening. So absolutely most comprehensive study materials. Nobody can match on this. I'm talking about our legacy, our lineage that we have. We are a part of Bajaj Capital Group. Bajaj Capital has been into the wealth management space for 58 years. So imagine the kind of network, knowledge, understanding that we as a group, we as a business have developed for the financial industry for the last 57, 58 years. CFP program, as I said in the beginning itself, CFP program was brought to India by us. So we have an absolute authority on the program, absolute command on the program. We understand the program content delivery like anything. The faculties who are going to teach you are all practicing certified financial planners, CFAs, CAs, PhDs. So faculties will come with plethora of experience to you. The program director for CFP program at ICOFP, she herself happens to be the former director of FPSB India, right? FPSB India board. So imagine FPSB India board director herself and coming and teaching you online. So that's the kind of stellar faculties that you will have to. And we also boast of highest passing percentage of CFP program. So we have even made records of 100% passing percentage. And not that I am saying it here in the webinar. You can go and check on my LinkedIn page and you will see FPSB India CEO Rajesh Krishnamurthy coming and complimenting me and my team on achieving 100% passing percentage also. Yeah. So, but generally that's in couple of exams only that 100%, but generally we have a passing percentage of close to 80 to 83%. And we have had this consistent track record for the 19 years. Some of the stellar CFP alumni. So a lot of you may be practicing financial planners, or they may relate to the faces that I'm going to show and talk about. Or if you may not be from this industry actively now, or maybe you are students, then I would say you can note down these names, Google it, find about them, and then you will feel the difference. You will see why these people have come to us to study, right? We are really proud of saying that these people are the CFP alumni of ICFP. And they come from different career streams. They come from different geographies altogether. So first, talking about independent practitioners, a lot of you happen to be the IFAs who go on to practice your own business, set up your own business. So the names and all of these guys, let me again say you, all of these have been ICFP alumni. So they have studied for CFP program with us. Lovai Navlakhi does not need an introduction. You can just Google. These guys are poster faces of financial planning or independent financial advisory in India. Lovai Navlakhi, Dilshad Billimoria, Suresh Sadagopan, Silpi Johri, Gaurav Mashruwala. Gaurav Mashruwala is the god of the financial world today, right? Bhuvna Sriram, all of these top league. If you can just write these names on a notepad, go and Google it, you will find all about them. They have all been ICOFP alumni. They have studied for CFP program with us. That's really a proud factor for us. And that's the reason why we say that nobody understands CFP program and the CFP program delivery better than us. So that's about independent practitioners. Let's look at the people who are in the corporate world, who have done CFPs and who are not independent practitioners, who are not doing their business. They have chosen the corporate as their career. So you have Jayant Pai, who is head of products at Parag Parikh Mutual Fund. And coincidentally, Jayant Pai is from the first batch of CFP in India. When 2002-3 first batch started of CFP in India, he's from the first batch, and he is also the topper of the first batch, Jayant Pai. Okay, so Jayant Pai happens to be our alumni. Nitin Saxena, head of private wealth at Karvi, he happens to be our alumni. Salini Gera, He is a senior partner with Ingentus. He is our alumni. Sumit Prabhakar, associate director of private banking with IDFC First Bank. He is our alumni. Aditi Bhatt, research analyst with CRISIL. So all of these people who come from different ages, different backgrounds, different academics, and are working at different levels, middle level, senior level, at different capacities in the corporate world. Some of you who plan to kind of explore career outside India. So yes, here I am proud to present some of our alumni who have been on the global stage. So when you look at these names, it's not that I have only 4 names. I'm just narrowing it down because of the design, the slide design. It's been presented that way. So that's why only the selected names are appearing. Otherwise, the names are endless. So we have Sonia Ambani. She is based out of Australia now. Then you have Rajesh. Rajesh is based out of Canada. You have Gautam. Gautam is again based out of British Columbia, which is again Canada. And you have Lavanya. Lavanya is based out of UAE. All of them, you can write these names, go and search on LinkedIn. You will find their profiles at LinkedIn as well. So no stories. You can just find about them. You can read about them. They are all certified financial planners, studied with us, kind of went on to build their careers. And we are extremely happy to see them doing great today. Then we have entrepreneurs, people who did CFP and who said, no, I am not going to corporate world. I am not going to do my practice, but I will do some other business, some innovative business, some new age business. Okay, so let's look at this. Some new age business guys. Aditi Khandelwal, Nupur Shah, they are YouTubers, bloggers. You can go and find about them on YouTube as well. They make a lot of funny videos on YouTube related to personal finance, related to investment. So they are using their knowledge of CFP that they acquired here and are using it for digital medium. So they kind of sense that digital is a big opportunity these days. Why not create an identity there? And they are doing it wonderfully. And then you have Sadiq Nilgand. He went on to establish his own firm in the name of Network FP. He happens to be our alumni and he studied at our Mumbai campus. Some unconventional choices, people who do not come from these background at all, very unconventional, and they opted to study CFP. They did CFP with us. Monica Hallan, I don't think I need to introduce her. She is a famous media personality. She has worked with a lot of leading newspapers in the country today, and she's an author as well. And then Colonel Sunil Midha, he is a researcher and trainer. He's a retired army colonel. Now, very unconventional, okay? And finally, guys, I'm also happy to say there are people who have opted coaching. So they have learned themselves. Now they say, now I am going to teach others. I'm going to teach the next generation of financial planners. I will be teaching financial planning. They have opted mentoring and coaching as their careers. So Hitesh Takral, I'm happy to present him. Hitesh is a chartered accountant and a CFP, and he is a faculty with us as well, right? He is the one who teaches you tax planning in your the CFP program. And if you look at his background, he is an ex-KPMG and ex-Goldman Sachs guy, right? So he went on to work with KPMG and Goldman Sachs. He brings 10 years of experience from these top-notch companies. And he brings you that experience when he teaches you the tax planning in your classes. So this whole triangle was to show you that, look, CFP doesn't, as a choice, doesn't have any limitation that you go on only to this particular set of career. It opens plethora of opportunities for you. It offers you multiple dynamics. It's on you which area you choose, you kind of opt to get into. You can go into teaching, you can go into training, you can go into some unconventional businesses, you can do your own startups, you can think to move out of India and build your career at other countries. You can get into the top-notch BFSI companies and build your career. You can set up your own independent financial advisory business. It's on you, right? Even if you look at their faces, it is all across all ages. So right from 18 years to 80 years, you will see these faces all of that range, right? So that's the idea to share this, that when thinking of CFP as a program, trust me, there are no limitations. It's on you what career opportunities you want to get into, to explore. So the question is, take CFP path, but are you ready to take CFP path? if you want to explore and build a career in the financial industry, CFP is a program that's going to help you. That's surely going to lead you to that path. The question is, are you ready? If you are ready, I know in the beginning itself, I said uh, Saturday afternoon is always going to be lazy. Despite that, all of you took out time, came here. So if you are ready, if you want to actually join, if you have already seen that what is the program, what is the curriculum, what is the structure, exam, fees, everything. You have seen the successful faces. You have the role models now today. You know that these people have built their credibility. These are people like Lovai Navlakhi and Gaurav Mashruwala and Monica Haaland. So you see the poster now. So today, when you go to sleep, you see these faces as your role models, right? If you want to be one of them, if you want to be a certified financial planner, I welcome you to join ICFP. Come and learn with us. We will be teaching you. We will be helping you to become a financial planner. So if you join us today, if you want to enroll with us in our CFP program, weekdays or weekend hardly matters, your choice. Virtual live classes or e-learning hardly matters, your choice, completely your choice, whatever way you want to study. But if you want to join us today, I have a good news, guys, for you. I have an extremely special offer for you if you join us today. So the offer is, if you join us today on the FPSB content fee, the content fee, if you remember, on each of the level, I was saying level 1, 2, 3, $60 each, and level 2 is $120 each. So the content fee is $300 that FPSB charges you. FPSB charges you, pay to FPSB. But if you join me today, you will save 50% amount, 50% of FPSB content fee. So that means you will save $150. How you will save? If you join me today, I will give you certain discount coupons when you go for FPSB content buying, content subscription, and then you will be saving $150 one by one. So $150 is approximately 12,000 rupees today. So that's the advantage for you. If you join us today, you get a saving of close to 12,000 rupees, $150. Not that just the offer doesn't end there. If you join us today, all you need to do is pay just 10% of the fee. 10% of the fee. Balance can come in easy EMIs, interest-free EMIs. We have a student loan arrangements with NBFCs where you can avail of these options. And for today, only for today, let me emphasize today, please do not embarrass me by asking for this offer tomorrow. If you join us today for virtual learning, the fee that you saw was 37,500, but if you join us today, it will be 32,500 only. So that means you save another 5,000 if you join today. Similarly, in e-learning, the fee was 27,500, but if you join us today, you will be paying 22,500, which again means you are saving 5,000 rupees today, but it's only for today. So what you save is close to 5,000 rupees on virtual or e-learning if you join today, and $150, which is approximately 12,000 rupees that you save. And the best part is you don't need to pay the full fee. You just pay 10% balance in easy EMIs or student loan option, whatever you want. So that's the offer for you today, gentlemen, because you joined today. So that's a special deal for you. The question will be how to avail this. So to avail this, all you need to do is call us on this number. I have my team, Krishan and his team, the whole program team there to help you. Just call us in this on this number, and my team is there to help you to kind of help you doing the registration and enroll with us. So that's about it. That's all I had. I know I can see a lot of raised hands and questions in the chat. So I'll spend a few minutes to probably just quickly answer all of that. Okay, so what about practical knowledge required for final certification? So practical knowledge, Purnima. So when you study with us, we make you do 12 case studies, 12 practical case studies during the program and the project, right? So the final level is full of practical exposure that we give you, right? What is more useful, CFP or CFA? See, CFP, CFA, CA, all these are completely different programs. I am a CA myself, so these are completely different programs. CA as a program is highly focused on accounting and audit. Okay, CFP as a program is highly focused on personal finance. CFA as a program is highly focused on corporate finance and financial analysis, right? So completely different programs. They may have some elements common, that's fine, but then completely different programs, completely different objectives. If your goal is to be into investment management, financial advisory, financial planning, then CFA is the right path. If your goal is somewhere to be into research, then probably CFA is the right path. If your goal is somewhere be into corporate accounting, corporate finance, taxation, corporate taxation, not the personal taxation, corporate taxation, audit, then CA is the right path. What about challenge pathway? Challenge pathway doesn't exist anymore, Mayank. It's over. It's completely done now. There is no challenge pathway now in the new framework. Does this fee include all course exam? Yeah, I told you the course fee, content fee, exam fee, everything I've explained you. Is there any GST charges? Okay. So as of now, there are no GST charges on FPSB fees, but FPSB is very soon going to introduce GST structure as well. So maybe in a month's time or 2 months' time, they will start levying GST. But as of now, no. Prabjot, yes, coming back to your question, Prabjot, I think I answered this very beautifully. Whether you are a 12th pass student, you are an undergrad, or you are a BBA guy, this is a program which is suitable, which is ideal at any stage. You are welcome to join it. You can do it now. The minimum qualification to study for CFP program is 12th standard and of being 18 years of age. CWM or CFP, which is more recognized? CFP, of course, is far more weightage. Why I'm saying this? You see, CWM is a shortcut program. You look at it. Why? Because it's a 2 exam thing only. Here in CFP, it's a 4 level. And so many subjects to study. So, but then my advice is don't look for shortcuts. Don't look for a program which doesn't yield you that much of knowledge, that much of credibility. Go for a program which may be more comprehensive, but being more comprehensive essentially means it will give you more things to learn as well. And don't forget, it will give you 4 international certifications to add to your knowledge, add to your credibility, add to your profile. Image is not. Kanhaiya, can you put this number in the chat box? 9711437779.
Sure, sir.
Purnima is saying, I want to do only level 1. Yes, so you can join only for level 1. And once you complete level 1, if you decide to go for level 2, you can, or else you can live there. That's not a problem. Yeah. So how much is certification fee? Certification fee remains the same. So you join for $165, $60 content, $61 the exam fee, and then the FPS, the study fees that you pay to us. That's all. And the specialist certification fee, $100. Can we complete CFP all levels in 6 months? So you see, it depends on your pace of study, right? If you are studying faster, then you can very much complete it in 6 months' time, right? But as I said, if you go for a weekday batch, where we teach you every day, Monday to Friday, then we're going to wrap up the program in around 6 months' time. Then you will be able to complete it in 6 to 7 months. If you go for a weekend batch, it will take typically around 10 to 12 months for you to complete the whole program. If you go for an e-learning batch, e-learning program, e-learning module where you study on your own, then the speed depends on you. If you wanted to wrap up in 4 months, your choice. But generally, with our experience, we say that targeting around 6 to 8 months time will be good enough. If I complete all exam in 12 months, will I get the certification license? Yeah. So when you complete all your CFP exams, after that, only one additional thing is required for you to get the license, and the CFP license or the CFP charter. That's 3 years of experience. So you should be having 3 years of experience, in the banking and financial services, the BFSI or the financial industry. That's a mandatory fact to get your CFP charter or CFP certificate. What in case you do not have those 3 years of experience? Then, but before that, let me clarify as well. Even your ARN code or Amphi code or your insurance code or any kind of or sub-broker code, any kind of financial code for that matter, that will also be counted as an experience. Now, coming to the fact that what if you do not have that 3 years of experience, then even then you need not worry. The other alternate is then you need to complete 1 year of internship, supervised internship under a practicing CFP. So as I said, all the coaches who will be teaching you will be themselves certified financial planners. So you can do 1 year of practical internship, kind of articleship under them. And after you submit your 1 year of articleship certificate from them, then you are given the final CFP certification. So either 3 years of experience or 1 year of supervised articleship, supervised internship under a practicing CFP. So I think I've answered all the questions. Still, Kanhaiya, there are certain people who have raised hands. I'm not too sure if they have their questions remaining. So you can just check one by one and allow them to ask.
Mr. Thakkar, if you are there, you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
Purnima, yes, CA articleship is considered. That is an experience.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to inquire from the perspective of the chances abroad, and for that perspective, whether CFP would be better or a CFA would be better, because.
So, Mr. Thakkar, that again depends on what is the kind of career that you want to build outside. As I said, if you are looking for a career somewhere in the financial research side, then go for CFA. But if you are looking for a career somewhere in the investment management space, then go for CFP. Okay.
I think for investment banker abroad, they generally view CFA as a better tool or a degree than the CFP. So that is the confusion that I have.
Mr. Thakkar, that's again that you see, you are looking at it for the role of investment banker. So investment banker is not what I am talking about. I am saying that's what I also said, that if you are looking for somebody for a role which involves financial research, go for CFA. Look for CFP if you are looking for investment management. Investment management is different. Investment banking is different. Please understand the difference. Investment management is managing my wealth. It's like a wealth management, right? Investment banking is the merchant banking piece, where you have all the corporate finance, the financial analysis, research, everything happening. Right? So if you are looking for investment banking thing, then CFA. If you are looking for investment management, wealth management piece, then CFP.
Thank you.
Okay, Sachin ji, you can unmute yourself. Sachin Kumar. Okay, so Ashwin ji, you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Ashwin.
So actually, is it enough to do a CFP certification and start with financial planning, or in India there's another pathway, is RIA, registered investment advisor? Whether it's compulsory to get RIA?
Okay, so if you look at the SEBI RIA, the complete guidelines or the complete notice or the whatever the circular that they have issued, right? So it kind of goes on to illustrate that if you are dealing into multiple products, okay, if you are dealing into multiple products, if you are dealing in just one product, then you should be having that license. So for example, let's say you are dealing in only mutual funds and you have your ARN registration, that's fine. But if you are dealing into multiple products,
so actually I'm dealing in equity. I'm already a sub-broker, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let me answer that. Okay, so if you are dealing into multiple products, then you should be a SEBI RIA. Okay. Now coming to how to be a SEBI RIA. So within that, they state 3 regulations, 3 requirements. One is of educational qualification. The second is of certification. And the third is of experience. In the educational qualification, it states, the circular very clearly says you need to be a postgraduate and that too in certain specified areas, right? MCOM, MBA, commerce, economics, accounting, finance. Those are certain areas where you need to be in either a kind of a 2-year PG or an MBA or an MCOM. That kind of a degree would be required, master degree. And second is certification. In certification, the circular very clearly says CFP. The name is also written there in the circular, CFP or NISM 10A 10B. Okay, NISM 10A 10B is also good enough for you to apply for SEBI RIA, but trust me, content-wise, learning-wise, NISM 10A 10B is not even 10% of what you want to learn in the whole CFP program. It's a very thinly structured program, NISM 10A 10B. The content is very minuscule. It's just a very superficial knowledge that you get, whereas CFP is very depth and it's a very focused program. Okay. The last one is experience, where it is stated that you should be having 5 years of experience and stuff like that. So becoming a CFP kind of opens the route for you to apply for RIA as well in future.
So, but it's not compulsory to be an RIA to be a financial planner.
No.
Is it right, sir?
No. As a CFP, you can practice as a financial planner.
Okay, so it's just like a CA who gets a CA thing and is starting his own financial planning.
Yes, very correct.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
Thank you,
sorry
sir.
to interrupt you, sir, because we have another class scheduled on the same panel at 5 o'clock. So we need to
just one more, Neeraj Jain, and we will be complete. Yeah.
Neeraj. Yes, Neeraj, please go ahead. Please ask your question.
Okay. Hi, sir. Good evening. For the CA intermediate, is there any waiver or anything of any kind to get enrolled in CFP program?
Okay. So you see, Neeraj ji, earlier there was this waiver path. Now the waiver path is virtually no more there, right? For intermediate, even earlier there was a no waiver, but now the waiver is completely gone in the new framework. The only waiver you have is the study waiver, not the exam waiver. You have to appear at all the exams. That's mandatory. Okay, there is no waiver on the exams. That too, for CA intermediate, there is no waiver even for a study. You have to study everything. You have to appear at all the exams.
Okay, thank you so much.
Kanhaiya, I have a chat written by Mr. Keshavan P. He is saying that, can you please show the discount slide? Can you give me 1 minute, Kanhaiya?
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah, so this is the discount slide, Mr. Keshavan. I hope you can probably click or take a screenshot of this. Yes, so those are who are in teaching profession. For them, it's a great way, especially commercial. Do they also need to go for internship? Okay, so you mean to say your teaching experience will be counted or not? No, it will not be counted. You will have to do that 1 year of internship because that's teaching. The experience is mandatorily from the practical side. Yes, timing will be manageable. As I said, you have the choice of weekdays and the weekends. So you can decide whatever time suits you, the weekdays or the weekends. Weekdays are 7 to 9, Monday to Friday. Weekends are Saturday, Sunday, Saturday late evening, Sunday first half of the day. For internships, yes, because we have this practicing CFPs teaching you as the faculty. So internships will be arranged by us. Nothing to worry. So with that, Kanhaiya, can I call it off now?
Yes, sir. We can call it a day.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining us today. If you have any questions, you have our number with us. Feel free to call us. My team is there to help you. We will be happy answering all your questions and queries if there is anything left that we couldn't answer right now. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.